Hello, I'm Denise Scaloni. Welcome to my first episode of Helping Hands. With this show, I'll be introducing you to guests who make a difference through their nonprofit organizations, companies, and things that they do to help others. This first show is going to focus on something very important, blood donation. My guest today is Jennifer Davis. She's a Senior Director of Donor Recruitment with Vitalant. She's going to talk about how important it is to give blood to replenish blood that's being used in hospitals and trauma centers, and how easy the process is. I hope you enjoy today's episode. In the United States, 29,000 units of red cells, 5,000 units of platelets, and 65 units of plasma are needed to support hospitals, surgical centers, and emergency treatment facilities. If looking at this locally, Vitalant needs to see 600 people each day to meet the needs of area hospitals. Currently, they see about 200 a day. Blood donation is a way to save a life that you can add into your schedule when it works for you. The ultimate pay it forward to a grateful family you will not have a chance to meet. My guest today is Jennifer Davis. She's a Senior Director of Donor Recruitment with Vitalant. She has held several different roles over her 22 years with the company. The donor recruitment team works with volunteers who will coordinate blood drives at their schools, businesses, community, and places of worship. They educate their community on the need for blood donation to positively impact patients in our area hospitals. Jennifer moved to Pittsburgh from Denver, Colorado over 6 years ago with her husband, Dale. Welcome, Jennifer.
Thank you so much, Denise, for having me today. I really appreciate it.
I am so happy you're here. Blood drives. We don't really think about blood drives until we need it or we know someone that needs blood.
That's very true. It seems to be either a tragic event happens in our community or in our country, such as, the Tree of Life synagogue,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
the concerts in Las Vegas that were a few years ago. I mean, several things, unfortunately, are marked by events.
Right.
And that reminds people to come out and give blood. The other thing could be a family has something where they need blood, and so they inspire their friends and families to come out and give. But otherwise, we're not a top of mind, and we're a super easy way to not only give back to the community, but you are saving a life, literally.
Right.
Your blood is going in and making a difference for that patient that needs blood that day.
And I think it's not that we don't want to, there's so many things going on in our life. We get so busy with things, with work and school and children's activities, we don't think about it, as you said, unless something happens.
That is so very true. We're very busy. Think about it. Even in the last 20 years, we now have cell phones that are connected to us all the time. We are just very busy in general, whether it's with our families, our careers, just things going on. And so blood donation doesn't always sit top of mind. And it's not like you can give blood every single day.
Right.
But there is some regularity by giving blood. It makes that difference. With this statistic that you gave, about 600 people needed each day.
That's unbelievable.
It is. For Pittsburgh, you figure we have really great healthcare here. We've got two very large hospital systems, AHN and UPMC, but I don't want to forget our other blood systems and other hospitals. There's Washington Health Systems, there's St. Clair Hospital. There's so many other hospitals that need help as well. And the blood that is available at the time of the emergency is what saves someone's life. Not at that moment when you see it and you come in and donate, you're coming in to replenish what was already used. It takes about 48 hours to actually process a unit of blood from the time someone donates it to going to our laboratories. There's testing that's done, and then making it ready and available to actually be sent to the hospital for a patient.
And I think we talked about this before we started taping the show. I've never heard of Vitalant until I met you. What is Vitalant? Where did it come from?
Absolutely. So you may know Central Blood Bank was the blood center here.
It's been here forever.
Absolutely. Most likely came together in the 50s. A lot of blood centers across the United States came in the late 40s and 50s. So Central Blood Bank, blood center for the Pittsburgh area. Vitalant is 10 blood centers that came together across the United States that formed one company. So it's a name that all of us got that's new. But believe it or not, we rebranded our name in 2018. It's been a little bit. However, it takes a while to get used to when something's new, to say, this is who we are. Plus, you know, we had a lot of other things that have gone on in the last few years.
We have, right.
So Vitalant, we make a difference across the country. And so by being a part of a larger organization, that allows us to bring blood in for patients in our area because we do not collect enough here. However, my department and here in the Pittsburgh area, our goal is to change that and to have more people coming in to donate blood so that we don't have to bring blood in from other areas, that we can take care of our patients. Our hospital systems continue to grow. People continue to seek amazing care here in Pittsburgh, which then on our community, we have to make sure to come in and donate blood so that there is enough for those coming in.
People come from all over, especially our transplant department. I mean, for decades now, people have come from all over for some of this technology that we have and this healthcare. I was just surprised when you sent me some statistics, because I thought, and I don't know if everyone at home thought the same thing, that the most usage for blood is trauma, ER, mass shootings, disasters. But that's not the case. Only, was it 10%?
10% is needed for actual trauma.
Right.
So a bulk of the blood, actually 40%, is used for hematology, oncology. So you're talking about people that are needing blood because they're going through something. So cancer therapies, maybe there's something going on, blood related, sickle cell anemia, anemia in general. Those are the ones that use the blood on the regular basis. Those also are the patients. They're not the stories that end up on TV that we hear about.
Right.
But their families definitely know about it, and they are so grateful when there is blood available for their loved one, that they're not having to wait, or that they're having to delay surgery or some procedure because blood's not available at that time when they need it.
Right. So what is donor recruitment? And what does your team do?
So donor recruitment, that's a great question. So we work with volunteer blood drive coordinators to have a successful blood drive at their place of worship, business, school, community group. So that's working with them on what does it take to inspire people to come in and donate. Blood donation is a very personal act. We're asking you to give blood. And the way to give blood is there's a needle involved. That's very personal. But it also requires that ask. And an ask for us is not necessarily a poster or, you know, a commercial on TV. It helps as a great reminder, but that ask is someone saying, hey, we're having a blood drive. Would you take time out of your day to come in and donate? It's really important. We need 30 people to sign up. So we work in that arena. The other thing is just education in general. So like us connecting today and other opportunities to just talk about the need for blood, help make it top of mind, answer questions. Things have changed over the years. It used to be that if you lived in Europe in the 80s, that you weren't able to give blood anymore due to the human form of mad cow disease. I won't go into the really long term of it. That changed actually in the last couple of years, that a lot of places where you could not give blood because you live there, you actually can. But coming to us and finding out what those are, just simple things like that. The Food and Drug Administration looks at different things through science and sometimes makes changes to eligibility guidelines. And that's the best part, is going out to educate about what those are.
Jennifer, are there people that can't give blood?
There are people that
shouldn't give blood?
There are people that cannot give blood. So there are very few medications that keep you from donating blood. And a lot of times it's more due to something you have going on. So if you've had cancer, it depends on the type of cancer. You need to really check with us, and let's have a confidential conversation with our medical team on what that is. If for some reason you have heart problems, on a blood thinner, unable to give blood, sometimes it's just a temporary reason why you cannot give blood. You do want to feel well and healthy when you come in and donate. So if you have a cold, have the sniffles, not feeling 100%, you really want to wait. And we do it for two reasons. A, we want the blood that we're getting to help save the life of that patient that needs it, but also we want you to feel good as a donor. And if for some reason you're not feeling great, if you end up giving blood, you may not feel really great afterwards either. So we want you to wait until you're feeling well and healthy to be able to give that blood donation.
How often can someone donate blood?
So a regular blood donation, so something that's not assisted by a machine, yeah, you can donate every 2 months. So that's the typical where you'll see, if you see anything on the news where someone's in a bed and they're reclined and there's just the blood bag that's what I'm referring to.
Okay.
There's other types of blood donations, such as a platelet donation, which is used a lot by cancer patients. That is assisted with what we call it's a TREMA machine, it's automation. So that's where we're taking a component and giving everything else back to you. Takes a little bit longer. You can actually do that every 2 weeks. And plasma, similar with that same type of equipment, doesn't take quite as long as platelets. You can do that every 28 days. And then certain blood types, they'll do something that's called a power red. That's where we're taking red cells and giving everything else back. That is roughly every 4 months.
Okay. So you said that when we give blood, it replenishes the blood that's already been used.
Correct.
So if I would come in today and give blood, how long does it take before it reaches a hospital and gets put back into that supply for somebody? So approximately.
Absolutely. So the quickest it would be within 48 hours.
Oh, okay, wow.
Typically, it's within a couple of weeks that it goes out. The great thing about when you give blood with Vitalant, if you share your cell phone number with us, we will then send you a text to let you know that your blood has been shipped. How amazing is that? You've given blood. Again, we talked about how busy we are.
Right.
And then you get that text 2-3 weeks later that says your blood's been shipped.
Because you've already forgotten about it.
Already forgotten about, but then it's just that nice reminder of, wow, my blood's going to the hospital, it's going to save a patient. It also depends on what the hospital has going on and needs. Some things go a little quicker. O donors, which they all know that we use them quite often. They're the universal blood donor. They're used in trauma situations. They're used in Flight for Life. They're used in those emergency times when the blood is needed immediately and there's not time to get the patient who's needing it typed. And then once that person's stable, then they can look to see what their blood type is. That doesn't mean that we don't need all types. We do. We need them for a variety of reasons because you never know what you're going to need, what that patient's going to need.
If you don't know your blood type, can you still come down and donate blood?
Absolutely. Please come in and donate. We'll tell you your blood type. It takes a little bit of time. Obviously, we have to run all the tests. Blood type is just one of them. But yes, we will let you know what your blood type is. You're able to log into a portal. Similar to a lot of other places, we have a portal that you can log into. It'll show your donation history. It'll tell you what your blood type is and let you know when you're eligible.
Okay. So what is Vital Elite?
So Vital Elite is a brand new program. It just launched the beginning of January. So if you think about it, it's like a loyalty program with some fun perks to it. So what you do is you go on our website. Now you have to have been a donor. So you have to have done at least one blood donation with us. Don't worry if you're a new donor. You can donate and then you can go online and do Vital Elite. This is going on and making a commitment. So think about it. When you see different things and you're like, oh, I'm interested in doing this or I'm interested in doing that. Think of, there's a lot of events on Facebook that you can mark you're interested.
Right.
It says, I'm interested, but I'm not committed. A commitment means I'm going to commit to doing this. And you can go online and make a commitment to what you're going to do this year to donate. And then what there is there's different other things that are on there for it. So there's a special phone number to be able to make appointments. There's some fun swag that goes along with it when you meet that commitment. But it's that just being a part of that program to say, I'm Vital Elite. It's just that a little bit above and beyond of just saying I'm a blood donor. So it's brand new. We're very excited about it. If you go to our website, there's information about Vital Elite where you can go and make that commitment. It's very simple to do. We're just really excited to have this because we do have donors that say, I'm committed. I'm going to donate red cells 6 times this year. I'm going to do platelets 20 times this year. And they make that commitment. So it's just that added way to add that commitment piece in. And we will know it on our end. We're working, that will be in our systems. So our team will know that someone is Vital Elite when they come in and donate.
Okay, nice. So how did you get involved with Vital Elite? You said 22 years you've been working with the company.
Oh, so, wow, I had worked in telecommunications actually, and it was going through a lot of changes, and actually they outsourced our call center. So I found this posting for a call center position to supervise in Denver, and I said, okay, I think I'll go try this, go see what it's like until I find a real job. Well, 22 years later.
22 years later.
I guess I found my real job. So,
and you're very passionate about it.
I am, absolutely.
You talk to everybody you meet about this, and I know you encourage people to have these blood drives, and you're very passionate. So it's not just a job for you.
It's not. Part of it is the first time you meet someone that shares their story, and when they say, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for blood donation, I always need a box of Kleenex during those stories. They're heartfelt. And to know that at the end of the day, we're making a difference. We're touching someone's life. We'll never meet them all, but gosh, we know we're making a difference for all of them. That part is so heartwarming. And the stories that people tell, it's absolutely amazing, whether it's a mom who is getting more time with their children because maybe she had a rough go of it through childbirth, or meeting a dad. In fact, I met one, he was in a horrific car accident and he had over 100 units of blood. And it was a Friday afternoon, driving home, someone just, you saw his car, you're surprised anyone made it. And then saw a photo of him with, you couldn't tell there was a person there, with everything keeping him alive. And then a photo of him learning to walk with his very pregnant wife next to him that was about to give birth to their first child. And he now has 2 children. So just imagine that one child would have never had a dad, and the second one wouldn't even be here. Blood donation did that. So going out and asking people to take that little bit of time, it makes all the difference in the world to those families. And you never know when your family may or may not be involved. I personally, my family has not needed a blood donation, but that doesn't mean tomorrow or down the road that would not happen. And so knowing the work that we do at Vitalant makes that difference every single day.
And again, I think it's just something we don't think about.
Absolutely.
Unless it affects you, or unless you're one of those people that your family has something going on and you need blood, you just don't think about it. We just assume that it's just there.
Right, absolutely.
You go to the hospital, blood's there, just like you get Tylenol. You know, it's just there.
Absolutely. Well, and blood has a shelf life. It's not good for forever. We don't just store it in warehouses and it just sits there. So when we talk about all the different components, so the red cells, they're only good 35 to 42 days.
Oh, wow.
So, and you can give every 56 or every 2 months. So there's already a natural gap. So platelets that we talked about, they're good for 5 days. Very fast. So we no sooner get it, process it, and it is out the door because it is that short of a life. And then plasma can be frozen up to a year. There's other components that our manufacturing team makes, but those are the 3 main ones. But
that's not long.
It's not long forever. It doesn't last for a long time. There are some instances where we can do stuff with very rare blood types, and that's through our reference lab. But again, those are very unique, rare. Yeah, it's not long at all. It's not forever. And
there has to be some myths and fallacies people think about.
Absolutely.
When they give blood. Is it safe to give blood?
Absolutely, it's very safe to give blood. So we use sterile needle every time that you donate. And then the tubing is what's called in a closed system. So there's nothing that can get in there. So it's the blood bags are used one time. There's nothing that's, it's all, yes, it's very safe. There's things that we do, processes we follow. We do an arm scrub. So that's to make sure that everything's good. Our team is trained on that and does it every single day.
Or if I give blood, they're going to call me all the time.
So we will contact you, absolutely. But you can let us know what that preference is. You can actually update it in our system that we have. We have the ability to update it. We're calling because we need you. We really do not want to bother you or turn you off from blood donation, but we're calling because we need you. If calling is something that doesn't work, we do have the opportunity to do email. We have the opportunity to text. You just need to just reach out and let us know rather than say, just don't contact me at all.
Right.
It really, truly is that reminder to say, hey, we need you.
Right, okay. So if someone wants to give blood, but they're not sure where to go or what to do, what would the first step be, Jennifer?
So my recommendation always is to go to our website. So if you go to Vitalant.org and click on the Donate Now, I believe it's Donate Now that's on there, you click on that, you can go and say, I want to give blood, put in your zip code, it'll tell you the closest place to donate blood.
Okay.
We have donation centers and we have what are called mobile blood drives. So donation centers are places where our sign hangs on the outside the building and you can come in and donate. Our mobile blood drives, we go everywhere. We also are always looking for other groups to have mobile blood drives. But that's my recommendation is go in and put in your zip code of wherever you want to go and it'll give you closest proximity and let you know what that is. You can also always call us at 877-25-VITAL if you want to talk with someone. But most people, I think, like the website because you can just go in and take a look and see what's going on.
And if someone has questions, they can still call that number and speak with someone directly?
Absolutely.
And everything's confidential, I'm sure.
Absolutely, yes. Everything is confidential.
And if someone is maybe watching this interview and they're at a company, a large company, they think, we want to do a blood drive, we want to do this. Do they also go to the website and do that, or should they call the number to get involved? And
so you can go to the website. You can do either. There is an option on the 877-25-VITAL to say, I want to host a blood drive, and you can leave a voicemail. There is an opportunity if you go to our website. If you click on host a blood drive, we actually got that as an actual link. You can fill a form out with details. Make sure and give us your name, your email address, phone number, details. Also, zip code's very helpful. So that way we have the right person looking into it, see what's going on. And then we'll talk to you. You could choose to host a blood drive. You could choose to co-sponsor a blood drive that's already in existence or refer your employees to donate there. We do have a virtual blood drive component. You'd want to reach out to us to talk to us a bit more about that. It's a process that we have as well. But yeah, just send information in to us and we'd be happy to talk to you on what it takes to have a blood drive.
Okay. And I know you and I were talking that there are people that work in different areas here. So you will have someone local in the area to talk to that knows proximity where you are and can give you any details and help you with any questions.
Absolutely. So we have 2 people that work with all of our new groups to at least have the initial conversation, and then we connect you with the person that works with the blood drives local to your area. So our account managers, they are their territories are by zip code.
Okay.
And so they know about different drives that are going on in their area. So yeah, they're always wanting to work with new people, inspire people to have a blood drive. And if for some reason maybe you don't have space, we may have ideas on that. Or again, just co-sponsor something we already have because then you can just let people know, go over to whatever location that makes sense for them to have a blood donation.
And how long does it take to donate blood?
So donate blood, we recommend that you reserve an hour.
Okay.
And here's why. So you have questionnaires to fill out. If you've been a blood donor before, you will get an email that you can fill out the questions before you arrive. The day of, you can't fill it out earlier than the day of. You come in and then you have a mini physical. The actual blood donations, maybe 10 minutes.
Okay.
And then we want you to stay for snacks. So there's, we want you to have water, juice, something to eat. A, just make sure you're feeling A-okay. But B, just take some time to think about, you've really done an amazing thing. And we are on the go so often.
Right.
And instead you could just sit there and relax. I mean, think about, come in and do blood donation. Take an hour to, you can read your email, work on your phone, have a phone conversation, or take an hour just to relax.
Right.
And know that what you're doing is life-saving. It's that ultimate pay it forward in my mind.
Jennifer, any final words you want to say to the audience that are watching?
I guess just consider donating blood. It's an easy way to just make a difference in our community. And it's so important and so valued by so many.
Thank you so much for being here today.
Denise, thank you
on my first show, Helping Hands.
This is wonderful.
My first guest, and giving such vital information, things people didn't know.
Absolutely. And we're always open to those questions. Please don't be shy about reaching out and asking.
Or checking the website for more information.
Or checking the website for more information because, yeah, we want to we want people to understand and know everything that's out there and consider giving blood. It really makes a difference. And if for some reason you cannot give blood, we do have other ways you can help. We have a volunteer program. There are other things as well that could take a whole nother segment alone. So
Great.
if you can't give blood, there's definitely things on our website on how you can help out as well.
Thank you so much.
Denise, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you for watching today's episode of Helping Hands, my very first episode with my guest, Jennifer Davis from Vitalant. Jennifer gave important information, statistics, and reasons why blood donation is so important to replenish the blood in our hospitals and trauma centers in our local area. Go to Vitalant.org to get more information on how you can donate blood, host or co-host a blood drive, or just to receive more information about the blood donation process. Thank you for watching today's episode of Helping Hands, and I hope you can help make a difference.